the horrific tale of the monarch who decayed while alive. Think you've come across gruesome tales from history? Prepare to reconsider. This account makes the worst royal scandals seem like gentle bedtime stories. This is the chilling, factual account of a long-forgotten ruler from Europe, one whose body deteriorated so grotesquely, so completely, that he effectively became a walking, oozing grave. Imagine a sovereign governing a nation while his skin sloughed off his body. A king so repulsive in odor that courtiers fainted upon entering the room. A monarch whose flesh didn't just fail him, it turned against him, decomposing as he still clung to life and power. And the most horrifying part? He simply wouldn't die. Tonight, we're delving into this festering wound in the pages of history, a story so revolting, so unbelievably strange, it was hidden under generations of denial and disgrace. Let's begin back when everything appeared perfectly normal. King Albrecht IV was once hailed as a strong and respected ruler of a small, now vanished realm in Central Europe. He was admired, tall, and imposing, a figure his people adored. Ballads were sung in his honor, but beneath his shining armor and royal finery, a silent menace was already consuming him from within. It started innocently enough, a small sore on his thigh, nothing alarming. A minor lesion that simply refused to heal. His medical advisors turned to leeches and herbal poultices. There was little concern until the infection worsened. The flesh blackened. The smell was nauseating. By the time he turned 37, the king left a trail of pus with every step he took. His physicians branded it a divine punishment. His courtiers whispered of a curse. Today, we'd call it necrotizing fasciitis, a rare but terrifying flesh-eating illness. But this was the 1500s. There were no antibiotics, no real surgical intervention, only superstition, prayer, and crude remedies. And now the tale grows even darker. In his final years, Albrecht had to be transported through his palace in a customized chair, padded with wax and smeared with pine tar to dull the overpowering smell. His skin decayed so quickly that his bedclothes had to be replaced several times a day just to manage the relentless, weeping infection. Eyewitnesses claimed his royal garments bonded with his rotting flesh. Birds reportedly fell dead as they flew past his window. Even the palace hounds refused to cross his threshold. One terrified envoy recorded in his diary, "The monarch no longer speaks, only groans. His face has turned the color of ash. Worms wriggle within his dressings, though he still draws breath." Yet Albrecht clung to life with a determination that seemed almost unnatural. His advisors implored him to step down. He refused. With trembling, diseased hands, he continued signing edicts. He authorized executions from his sickbed, some say just to hear the tortured cries, to drown out his own. As his body failed, so too did his mind. He accused his own children of trying to murder him with poison. He had his chefs whipped for preparing spoiled food, unaware that the rot came from within his own body. In time, even the priests abandoned their king, saying the devil's presence was palpable in his chambers. His once crowded court was reduced to a few unfortunate souls, either too petrified or too destitute to flee. After months of unbearable pain and delirium, King Albrecht finally succumbed, or so they thought. What happened next could only be described as macabre. The night before his burial, his grotesquely swollen corpse, wrapped tightly in perfumed cloths and tar-soaked linens, ruptured. Yes, it exploded. The gases generated by internal decay had built up such intense pressure that his coffin burst open with a sickening sound, spraying liquefied remains across the cathedral floor. Guests fled in panic. The officiating bishop vomited. The choir fell silent in mid-song. But that was not the end. Rats feasted on the remains. Servants claimed to hear strange, unnatural sounds from the crypt. The grave had to be dug a second, and even a third time, as the soil seemed to reject the body. And as for his tombstone, struck by lightning within the year. No artist dared to capture his final likeness. No ballad was written in remembrance. His name was omitted from many historical accounts. Yet some horrors cannot be erased. Not the stench, not the dread, not the memory of the king who decomposed before death could take him. So the next time you think being royalty in the Middle Ages meant luxury, remember King Albrecht IV. His crown may have been gold, but his legacy, it was pure rot.